that Pokemon Presents was a little lackluster. But before we start talking about Pokemon, please take the time to subscribe and like the video if you're enjoying this type of content. I would love to have more Pokemon fans be part of my community. There was a new Pokemon Presents today, and I just finished watching it, and I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it either. I thought it was okay. There was a few cool things, but a lot of things I just didn't care about, and I feel like that's been me with Pokemon for a long time. I think if you're a diehard Pokemon fan who just loves everything Game Freak does, then you probably enjoyed this a lot more than I do. But as someone who primarily cares about the mainline series, this was just okay. So let's start off positive with the things I liked. They showed a new trailer for Pokemon ZA, and the game is looking great. They showed off a new Mega Evolution. Sadly, it was Dragonite, one of my most hated Pokemon. I think they made Dragonite even uglier, which I didn't think was possible. But it's also exciting to see that we are getting new Mega Evolutions, so I can't wait to see what else we get. The character customization seems to be a trillion times better than Arceus and Scarlet and Violet, so that has me excited as well. I remember Sun and Moon and X and Y had the best character customization, so it's nice to see that come back. It's cool to see Emma. I forgot that she was a character, but it looks like she's going to have a major role in this game, so this is definitely a sequel to X and Y. We also saw this new character named Corbeau, and he seems to be the boss of the Rust Syndicate, and they're probably going to be the antagonists for this game. I actually like their Yakuza vibe, so I'm excited to see more about these characters. But besides all that, I think the trailer was pretty good, and I'm still excited for the game, and I'm probably going to buy it day one. So that was definitely the biggest highlight for me for the Direct. Another cool thing was Pokemon Concierge got a trailer. Season 2 is looking really good. I like that Celio is going to get a highlight in this series, because I feel like no one really cares about Celio. I don't care about Celio, so it's nice to see like a lesser beloved Pokemon get some love. So that was really cool. That's what I took from that. Probably my favorite announcement in this whole Presents is that Aardman Animations is making a series called The Misadventures of Sirfetch'd and Pichu. And I love Aardman Animations. They do Wallace and Gromit, Chicken Run, Shaun the Sheep. So I think they are a perfect studio to do a Pokemon series. They barely ever have people talking in their shows. So I think Pokemon would work very well with their style. So this was huge, exciting news for me as a big Wallace and Gromit fan. Another cool thing actually happened before the Presents, and that was there was actually a Pikachu DJ playing music for a good hour, and some of the remixes were really great. I really like the Lavender and Rocket theme remix they did, and Mimikyu was in the crowd. I really like that one, and I thought this was a very fun thing that they did. And hopefully if they ever do make a rhythm game, they're able to take these songs and make something awesome, because I think people will be pretty down to get a rhythm game with these remixes. They sounded really good. Another cool thing was they're making a Poke Park in Japan, and it looks pretty cool. It's going to have Pokemon statues all over this park, but I fear that maybe people will try to steal them. But it looks very relaxing and very cool, and I will probably never get to go to it, so it's hard to care that much about it. They're also coming out with a new puzzle game called Pokemon Friends. It looks like a nice little mobile game, a smaller title. It looks pretty fun, but I'll probably never play it. And I guess the last thing that really stood out to me was Pokemon Champions. Even though I don't care for battling or the competitive side of Pokemon, I can appreciate them making this type of application where people can make their own teams, do it in an official way instead of using Smogon, and it seems to be pretty well made and easy to use. It looks like EV and IV training is probably going to be pretty simple, hopefully, and looks like you can use any moves. It looks like a really robust Pokemon stadium, so that game looks pretty good. So I'm happy for those who are excited for that. I will probably never touch it. But then we get to everything else, like Pokemon Cafe and like the tournaments and sleep, and I'm just like falling asleep during these parts myself. I don't care about any of these like smaller titles, but if you care, I'm happy for you. That's really cool. I really felt like there was nothing big announced, you know? Nothing really spectacular, and it was just like, okay, do we really need this Pokemon Presents? I feel like they should have these presents when there's like a mainline big title to announce at least. But there was nothing. There was nothing about the 30th anniversary next year. They didn't even announce Pokemon Coliseum coming to NSO. No news about Red and Blue coming to NSO. So I feel like as someone who cares about mainline Pokemon, we're getting very little scraps here and there now. But those are my thoughts about the Pokemon Presents. Let me know what you thought about it in the comments below, and I hope to see you next time. Take care, everyone.